Officers with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department responded to a reported break-in at Green's Auto and Truck Service in Indianapolis. Officers found signs of forced entry and learned from the business owner's security cameras that someone was still inside. Police repeatedly ordered the suspect to surrender. When he refused, K9 officers entered the building with police dog Ringo, a Belgian Malinois. According to IMPD and multiple news reports, the suspect, identified as Brandon Ramirez, stabbed Ringo 3 times with a large knife after the dog engaged him. Officers then fired their weapons, striking Ramirez at least once. He still refused commands and was ultimately subdued with a taser. Ringo suffered 3 stab wounds and underwent emergency surgery at IndyVet Emergency and Specialty Hospital. IMPD initially described him as stable but at risk. Lieutenant Melissa Moody of the IMPD K9 unit later said the injuries were very significant, and 2 veterinarians reportedly came in from home to assist with surgery that lasted around 5 hours. The suspect also survived his gunshot wounds and was hospitalized in stable condition. Ramirez was reported to face charges including burglary with a deadly weapon, resisting law enforcement, and striking/cruelty to a law enforcement animal. It was later reported that Ramirez pleaded guilty and was sentenced on August 2, 2024. Ringo recovered and returned to duty. In October 2023, IMPD announced that he had been recertified and was back on active service. Reports identified him as a 6-year-old Belgian Malinois who had already served 4 years with IMPD.
My dog's been stabbed. Going out to the emergency vet. I need someone to call ahead, let them know on our way.
When Kalamazoo police arrived, they said a man with a box cutter was on a porch threatening to kill officers and advancing towards them.
On the evening of February 6th, officers with Kalamazoo Public Safety responded to reports of a man threatening people with a knife. According to investigators,
that 29-year-old man was in the hallway, allegedly with this box cutter in hand.
The window, so I went and looked out, seen a guy kind of acting a little wild, but he just walked right on past. He had a knife in his hand.
The 49-year-old suspect was standing on a porch armed with a box cutter and allegedly threatening nearby civilians.
Neighbor was frantically knocking on her door.
She's like, can you please help me? Can you call 911? Like, I need help, I need help.
When officers arrived, police say the man refused repeated commands to drop the weapon.
Say that. Why do you have a knife in your hand?
As he radios for backup.
All right, well, you got to put the knife down. All right, well.
And even threatened to kill responding officers. That's when K9 Sledge and his handler were called to the scene. Sledge was deployed after the suspect reportedly advanced toward officers. Police say the K9 was released to stop the threat and protect everyone on scene. But during the confrontation, the suspect allegedly stabbed Sledge multiple times in the throat area, striking dangerously close to the dog's jugular vein. Despite the injuries, Sledge continued engaging the suspect long enough for officers to move in and take the man into custody. Authorities later revealed the police dog lost nearly 40% of his blood during the attack and survived a stab wound near the jugular vein. Sledge was rushed to an emergency veterinary hospital where veterinarians fought to save his life. In an update that quickly spread online, police announced that Sledge survived the attack and later walked out of the hospital on his own 4 legs before reuniting with his handler shortly afterward. Officials say the K9 is expected to make a full recovery.
Bad cut, but now that the bleeding has stopped and he's able to recover from it.
Received 100 stitches and had part of his colon removed.
The apprehension, the suspect was booked into the Kalamazoo County Jail and later faced multiple felony charges tied to both the violent threats and the stabbing of the police K9.
Within 10 seconds of entering the wrecked car, Hawk is shot.
July 2022, near the Jacksonville Zoo. What started as a call for aggravated assault quickly spiraled into one of the most aggressive canine deployments in recent memory.
Is released into the vehicle.
Reports of shots fired had officers on high alert as they cornered 2 suspects in a wooded area. Among the officers was K9 Hulk, a veteran of the force. When the suspects refused to surrender and the situation turned deadly, Hulk was sent in to neutralize the threat. But as Hulk closed the distance, the suspects opened fire. In the intense exchange of gunfire, both suspects were killed.
Only one survived,
But the victory came at a heavy cost. K9 Hulk had been shot.
Lockett and Holton dead from the shootout. This handgun was recovered by police in addition to this.
This is where Hulk's story truly begins. He was airlifted to a specialized trauma center where surgeons worked for hours to stabilize him.
There it is,
Hulk
being
is a
airlifted to
miracle.
the veterinary clinic
Despite
moments
the severity
after he
of
was
his
shot.
wounds, Hulk
Jessam
fought
honored
through
the
months
clinic
of physical therapy. He didn't just survive, he showed the world what a hero's resilience looks like.
Okay, but has another surgery coming up soon.
And then he'll be about 2 more months. And then rehabilitation,
Today, Hulk is officially retired, trading his badge for a life of belly rubs and well-deserved rest.
It's not every day that you hear a story about a police dog.
February 13th, Salt Lake City. The mission? Apprehend a high-risk fugitive wanted for a violent felony. This wasn't a routine stop. The suspect was armed, desperate, and had already proven he wouldn't go quietly. As the fugitive bolted, the order was given, release the K9. In a blur of fur and focused intensity, K9 Hondo, a 7-year-old Belgian Malinois, launched into the aggressive takedown he had trained for his entire life. He hit the suspect with the force of a freight train, but in that split second of contact, the unthinkable happened. A single gunshot rang out. Hondo didn't yelp. He didn't let go. He stayed on the bite, pinning the suspect until his handler could move in. Only then, as the cuffs clicked,
we recognize their value, and Hondo did his job last night because Ben was able to go
did
home.
Hondo finally collapse. The loss of Hondo ignited a firestorm of debate. You see, on that night, Hondo wasn't wearing a ballistic vest. The bullet hit him exactly where a vest would have offered protection. But here's the technical reality many people don't know. In high-speed pursuits like this one, handlers often choose to let the dog run slick. Why? Because a 5-pound vest can cause a dog to overheat in minutes, or it can slow them down just enough that they miss the suspect entirely. It's the ultimate tactical gamble. Do you protect them from the bullet, or do you protect them from the heat?
Community is mourning the loss of Hondo. You can see that handsome dog right there, a canine officer killed in the line.
Looking at Hondo's sacrifice, I want to hear from you. Knowing that these vests can cause life-threatening heat stroke, do you still think they should be mandatory for every deployment? Or is the risk of the vest sometimes greater than the risk of the suspect? Tell me what you suggest in the comments below. I read every single one. On April 22nd, 2026, the Lauderdale County Drug Task Force executed a search warrant on North Locust Street in Florence with assistance from the Florence Lauderdale SWAT team and the Florence Police K9 unit. According to police, a 46-year-old Sheffield resident named David Culliver was not part of the investigation but arrived at the scene during the operation. Officers said he became belligerent, yelled at police, and repeatedly walked into an active roadway despite warnings to move for safety reasons. Police then attempted to arrest him for disorderly behavior and public intoxication. Authorities say Culliver resisted officers while they tried to handcuff him. During the struggle, officers deployed a police dog. The K9 bit Culliver. Culliver grabbed the dog, and police say he bit the dog back. Officers then struck Culliver multiple times to force him to release the dog. He was eventually restrained and handcuffed. Culliver was taken to the hospital for treatment of puncture wounds from the dog before being booked into jail. Authorities said he was charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, public intoxication, and interfering with a police dog. Police said his bond was set at $2,500.